Okay, what am I trying to do? I'm trying to find out whether my sound is working. I should have tested that before. Whatever. All inboxes, Gmail inbox, Netflix, doesn't say. Okay, so I'll try here. Peter Gustafson, my channel, live. See if I'm here. I can hear myself. I can. Good. Done. Perfect. So I've been taking parts from my parts bin and putting some more of these pens together just because they're not doing any good sitting in my parts bin. And they are missing, these would have had a transparent end of plastic, which the Waterman company used, which was quite often faulty, and that sort of crumbles. And see, this used to be a transparent white-ish or colored piece of plastic, which crumble after so many years. So, oh well. But the rest of it works fine. So let's put a sack in them and make them work. And these nibs are not bad as far as Johnny One Note nibs can be. And but I'm trying to understand them better. So these are a couple of pens. This is a new pen I bought on eBay that I really like. The size of short little stubby pen. It has a typical Johnny Two Note kind of nib. It goes from thin to slightly thicker, and that's it, which is really good. It might be all you need, all one needs. But then I found a couple other ones that I put together or fixed. And this one, I don't know why it's skipping. Why is it doing what it's doing? Shouldn't be doing that. So that's what I've got to figure out. And just fill it up with good ink, which I think it had in it. I think I had filled it up with good ink. It sort of felt like it was clogged, which maybe it was. Okay, this seems like it wants to suck up more ink than it is. Okay, let's just wait. Sometimes if the ink channel is partially clogged, it'll just, won't write as well because it doesn't have that feed of ink, that flow of ink. Okay, this is working better than it did. This Johnny One Note, Two Note kind of nib, this is less, to me, less flexible than the one that I just tried, the short one. And is it less pleasant to use because of that, or is it just different? Part of my desire in looking at these pens is to try to love a nib that initially I might not like. Okay, if I have a car that goes 80 miles an hour, that's really kind of neat. If I have a car that only goes 40 miles an hour, I might find that restrictive. But if I never ever go on the highway and I'm only going to the grocery store and the road between me and the grocery store is 35 miles an hour, I don't need a car that goes 80. There's no reason to have one. So is this a car that only goes 35? It might be. So I would use this pen for grocery shopping. I'd use this pen to write my grocery list and get in my car that only goes 35 miles an hour to pick up my groceries. Now, I hear a lot of you people saying, that's just stupid. Well, okay, I admit it is kind of stupid. This one, this nib is not that different. All of these nibs are relatively the same. They're sort of Johnny two-note kind of nibs. This one, though, seems really, this one wants me to be angry. On my way to pick up my groceries, I also have to pay my city taxes or my parking tickets. And yes, I know that I park my 35 mile an hour car in a handicap parking lot spot, and that costs me $100 each time I do it. I'm joking. I don't have a car. Wouldn't park. I did park there once by accident. I didn't see the sign. Got a $50 ticket. But this might be the pen that I would use. There's something about the pen that makes me want to press down really hard. And this pen sort of demands it. And why does this demanding it and the other one not? I don't know. It's telling me to do it. I don't know why it's demanding, but it is. It also wants me to write angularly. Some pens want me to do this, and I follow suit. Oh, sure, I'll be angry if you want me to. So if I have a pen that wants me to be angry, I'll save it for the times that I want to be angry. This is another new eBay pen I got. This one is married to this one. And they're invited to dinner, and all this guy does is bitch and moan, talk about politics and religion and all the things you're not supposed to talk about at a dining room table. He talks about, and he's angry about it. He doesn't say things like, oh, my favorite part, the most beautiful part of the Bible is when they nailed Christ's hands and feet to the cross. And he doesn't say that. He talks about fire and brimstone and how people are going to hell because they're sinners and all of this stuff. That's what this, and then he puts down his fork and points to the host of the party and says that you're going to go to hell. So that's what this one does for 3 hours at the dinner party. His husband or wife, whatever, I guess it would have to be wife if this guy is talking about hell and damnation. The wife will, I'm not saying this is a wifely duty, though in this particular marriage, maybe it is, because, he's a conservative religious bigot, and he would probably marry some sort of conservative religious bigot as well. And she might, even though she doesn't believe it, she might feel obligated because she's also brought up to be polite. I'm so sorry for my husband's display of temper the other night. Even though you are going to go to hell and burn for the rest of eternity because of your sinful nature, he shouldn't have brought it up at the dinner table. See? That's how these pens relate. This one wants to be angry. Burn in hell, you sinner. Don't forget to bring the marshmallows, adds the wife politely. S'mores are quite popular in the depths of hell. See? See, they're meant to be with one another. Are they meant to be with me? That's the question. Are these pens belong in my pocket, or do they belong in your pocket or your pocket? I don't need these two pens. I may, let's say I'm going to go out drawing with the Urban Sketchers, which is a group of people that draw every weekend here in Boston. I sometimes, be drawing with pen and ink, and other people saying, "Oh, what kind of pen are you using?" I'm using this, Pilot brand new pen of some sort that doesn't have any flexibility whatsoever in it. And I say, well, I'm using this 100-year-old fountain pen. Why don't you try this one out? And they say, oh my God, this is amazing. So I might bring a pen like this out with me to draw with. Maybe it wants me to draw angrily. I might do this if I'm drawing a storm on a rocky cliff somewhere, storm at sea, crashing waves. Maybe that's what I'll use this pen for. And because it's a pen that, has this broken bit at the end and things like that, maybe I would not feel so skittish about handing this to someone that's never used a fountain pen before and they can try it out. Because they don't care about the little broken bit at the end. They just want to, try out this. It's not very flexible nib, but it has a little bit of give and a little bit of flex to it, which may be a lot more than the pen that they're using has. Somewhere here I've got I don't know where it is now. It's a Schaefer cartridge pen, like the ones I had when I was in high school. It's right here. And this pen is about as flexible as a modern pen would be. There's a little bit there, but not a lot. So handing someone a pen like this is the wife. This is the nice one. This is the nice bigot. This is the evil bigot. That might, convert someone into using an old pen. So, and again, it's a pen that this one particularly, the one that had the broken, if this was suddenly clumsily dropped by the person and it broke further, I wouldn't be upset too much. I'd be upset a little bit, but not too much. I'd rather have these pens die with their boots on. I'd rather have these pens die with their caps posted than, sitting, decaying and falling apart and being ignored in a drawer. And if this pen that most collectors wouldn't even look at twice, even if this was in perfect shape, a lot of collectors wouldn't even look at it twice. If this could turn someone who's never used a pen before into wanting to eventually start collecting them and maybe spending time looking for and buying fancier pens or pens from these collectors who poo-poo this, then I've done a good thing, maybe. Anyway, I just want to get these pens out and in people's hands. And if I have to risk them being broken by someone who's never used a pen before, I'm willing to do that. Would I hand someone who's never used a pen before a Mandarin yellow Parker Duofold Senior with a price sticker on the back? No, I wouldn't do that, but I would allow them to try this one. It doesn't want me to be angry. I'm sorry about my husband's behavior. He should never criticize and demean and demoralize with his mouth full. I would have thought his mother would have raised him better, is what she would say. Don't forget the marshmallows, she would add. I don't know. This one, I don't think that this one wants to be angry or even married, want to have anything to do with this one. Come to think of it, this one's too nice. But I like the little fantasy that I've come up with this pair. I think maybe they need to stay together. It's like Abbott and Costello, Laurel and Hardy. They need to remain together to do their shtick. Angry, angry, angry. Apologize. Can this one be angry? This one doesn't want to be angry. This one, there's something about the shape of this one's nib. I've just figured it out. This one sort of, this one, the angry one, the nib is slightly stubby. There's a shape here that sort of, it likes to do this, it can do that. It doesn't really like the curve. It wants to do this. Its father was a seismograph or something. It wants to go up and down. This one, this one wants to go in circles. I just picked it up to try to do this up and down, and it sort of wants to go this way and this way. And it's not pushing my hand in those directions. It's just not, there's a certain resistance or something. This one again wants to do this. And this one wants to do this. Now, if I mix these up and gave these to you and said, okay, which one wants to go up and down and which one wants to go in circles, would you be able to pick the one I picked? I don't know. If I mixed them up, put them in a drawer, forgot about them for a month or two, picked them up again, would I fall back into my little fantasy here? I think I would. I think there's something about a shape of a certain kind of a nib that wants me to do this up and down business. And wants me to be angry. It's not just going up and down. It wants me to tell people they're going to hell. There's something about this pen that wants me to park in a handicapped spot. If you are handicapped, you shouldn't be driving a car in the first place, this one wants to say. And this one will apologize. You know, it's just, it's again so interesting that it's making this demand on me, influencing me in the way that it's doing that. Oh God, they're so different. I wish I could explain better in words what they're telling me. I wonder if I took a course in anatomy and physiognomy and psychology and all of those ologies to figure out what it is. I think I could understand the physics of a pen nib. Okay, the shape of this ball of iridium is a certain way where going up and down and side to side in an angle is because the shape of the nib is just this. And you could measure it with a micrometer, and you could easily come up with those parameters or those you could define the terms. Why up and down to me equates with angry. That's not the pen's shape of the iridium's fault. Is it because I don't personally want to go up and down like this? Is that it? Is it a personal thing? Is it that Heinrich Himmler's and Donald J. Trump's signature looks like this that makes me hate it so much? Is it because this is like a seismograph and I died in an earthquake in an earlier life or something? Is there something that's makes my brain and my heart feel a certain way? Where a friend of mine was describing a calligraphic line, and he very beautifully, made this beautiful thing like this, and he asked a friend of mine, what it was that was beautiful about that line, or something, I don't know. Or why do you like that line? I think that was how it was worded. And my friend said, well, it's beautiful. And he said, no, that's not it. It's because it's like being in the womb. He made some sort of fuzzy hippie-ish sounding term, a reason that was very just way out there. But maybe there is something about the roundness. I think he talked about the roundness as being like the roundness of the female breast or something. I don't know, something even more nurturing ish in his description. And so maybe there is something about that circular shape, or that rounded, that curve that is warming and an angle is angry. What are your thoughts? This one is very much his father's son. This one wants to be, except there's a little bit of, this one doesn't mind. This is very much the love child of both of them. Do religious bigots have love children, or do they just have children? When they bring forth and multiply, are they doing it out of love or out of duty to the page 2 of the Bible, or whatever, wherever that line is from? This one wants to write vertically, but wants to be cursive. It doesn't want to write with a slant and be really rounded. This would never make little circles over the eye, little happy face. This, this pen would never do that. But it likes to be vertical, but likes to use curly lines. There was another one that was new. Is that this one? No. This one? No. Is it this? Okay, this is the one that, these two are the newest Taperites in my collection, both from eBay. Yep. Yep, this is very much the love child of both of these. The progeny. I don't know. Bye.